In this video, we will present you the motor of our company, PERLA, which is designed for the vertical nylon protectives that are widely used in cafes and terraces for wind protection. The code of this motor is PM45EACY, and it is available in 50 Nm. The properties of this motor are that it has electronic up and down limits, it has obstacle detection and resistance adjustment. Its installation and programming are very easy and fast. The first step we need to follow is the remote control learning process for the receiver. As the motor is wireless, this means that it contains a receiver inside the motor tube. So as soon as we turn the power on, within 5 seconds we have to press P2 from the remote control 2 times, and the up direction arrow located on the front. In case our motor works in reverse, we follow the same procedure, only that instead of the up arrow button, we press the down arrow button. In case we have a series of motors installed and we cannot disconnect and connect the power individually, then we briefly press the button above the motor head 1 time and we release it. As soon as the motor makes a small movement up and down, then we press the P2 2 times and the up arrow button 1 time for the learning process of the remote control. The second step is to program the operating limits up and down. To do this, we press P2 from our remote control, the up arrow, and P2, and our motor will make a small movement back and forth, which will indicate that it has entered the programming mode. Immediately after, we press the up arrow to move to the desired point that we will set as a limit. Once it reaches the desired point, we briefly press the stop button and we can move it if we want up or down for some precision. Then we hold the stop button pressed until our motor makes a small movement back and forth, which means that its limit has been saved. Immediately after, we press the down arrow to move our motor down, and we follow the same procedure. In case our motor only goes up and not down in the limit programming, then we follow the same procedure, but first, we program the lower limit and then the higher one. In order to set the force and the detection of an obstacle, our motor has 3 adjustment levels, which can be programmed by pressing P2, stop, and down. Each beat corresponds to a level. 1 is the most sensitive, while the 3rd is the strongest. If we want to add a second remote control, then we press P2 1 time from the remote control that we've already programmed. As soon as the motor moves slightly back and forth, we press P2 a second time. And then we press P2 from the new remote that we want to add. To delete the receiver and all the remote controls programmed into the receiver, press P2. Wait for the small back and forth movement to be completed. Press stop and P2. The motor will move slightly back and forth for confirmation. To delete the limits and reset the motor, press P2 on the remote control. Wait for the slight back and forth motion. Press down and P2. The motor will make a small confirmation motion back and forth.